everyone, good morning. Thank you all for joining me for Unravel. Hope everyone's doing well this morning. So we're going to start as we normally do for Unravel on the floor. We're going to come down to the floor and just start with a couple of rounds of box breathing to get us in the right mindset to unravel. And then we will start stretching. So guys, come on down to the floor. I'm actually going to move this camera down just a bit. Okay. So I want you to find a comfortable position where you're seated. Your legs can be crossed or stacked one on top of the other. You're going to let your hands rest on your knees, palms up. Those shoulders should be down and back, but relaxed. We're going to practice box breathing. This is a pattern of breathing where we practice breathing through the belly. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold our breath at the top. You want to make sure you're not holding tension. You actually want to let go of tension while you're holding your breath. And then we'll exhale for 4 and then hold for 4 again. Okay? So whenever you're ready, take a deep breath in and out. And on this next breath, we'll close our eyes. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll hold the breath at the top. Release tension. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. And breathe in. Hold at the top. And exhale. And hold. And inhale, last round. And hold. And exhale. And last hold. And breathe. All right. And we're going to start in child's pose today. So we're going to swing those feet behind us, bring the big toes together, take your knees wide, sit the hips back towards the heels, extend the arms out in front of you for child's pose. From here, we're going to bend our arms at our elbows, so your hands are going to come to your upper traps. You're going to rest on your upper traps, upper back here. You should be able to stretch in your triceps and your lats. And we'll extend the arms, slowly roll it up so that we are sitting up tall. Depending on if you're on the mat or just an open floor, you might want to move up a little bit. But we're going to stay sitting on our heels. And from here, we're actually going to lean back onto our hands. So this is our saddle stretch. You're going to feel the stretch through the hip flexors and the quads. If this is enough of a stretch for you, feel free to stay here. If you want to come down onto your elbows for a little bit more added stretch, you can do that. Or if you want to lay all the way back onto your back, like so, you're more than welcome to do that. So a couple of different options for this stretch. This might also feel a little if you lack some ankle mobility. This is actually also really helpful to help stretch out the tops of your feet, which oftentimes get ignored. We'll be here for about 30 more seconds. Like I always say, try to just surrender to the stretch. Don't try to fight it. If you feel yourself really holding tension, trying to resist this stretch, challenge you to take a deep breath in, long breath out, and relax. Last breath here, long breath, deep breath in, and long exhale. Go ahead, come on up. We'll take those hands out in front of us, come onto hands and knees. We'll tuck the toes under, and we're gonna send the hips up and back for down dog. We're gonna press the heels into the ground, pressing the floor away with our hands, pressing the chest back towards your legs. So the option here to kind of lock in your down dog, pressing one heel into the ground, then the other. This will help get you a little bit more deeper stretch through each leg. Alright, from down dog, we're going to shift forward into plank. Bring that right foot up. We're going to drop the back knee. So right leg is up, left knee is on the ground. We are going to pick up the right hand, and we're actually going to push the right knee away from the body. Let it fall out to the side a little bit more. Feel free to use your hand to kind of guide it over. Help you open up your hips a bit more. So you should be feeling the stretch through the left hip flexor, and then you should feel the right hip kind of opening up externally here through the joint. Ready to move it around, back and forth. Alright, we're going to bring that knee back to center. We're actually going to inch that foot across over to our left hand and bring the knee down to the floor for pigeon stretch. We are going to slowly sit our hips back so that we are in pigeon. Ideally, you want your shin to kind of be parallel to the top of your mat. But if it is not completely straight, if it's kind of a little bit of an angle, that's perfectly fine as well. You just want to make sure that you're not sitting on one hip more than the other, that you are square to the floor. And pigeon, feel free to stay up tall or to come down to your elbows or all the way down onto your belly if you'd like. We'll be here for about another minute, so get comfortable. Refocus on that breath. Refocus on releasing tension through the body, especially through the hips. We'll always remind you to do a quick body scan wherever you are. Sometimes even like when we're stretching our hips, you might notice we're holding tension in our neck and our shoulders. Just do a quick run down through the body from head to all the way down to your toes. That's where you might be holding tension. Where can you release it? Alright, we are going to come on up Slowly shift your hips back. Bring those big toes together, knees wide, sitting back into child's pose again. And then we're going to come back onto hands and knees. We're going to tuck those toes and send the hips up again for down dog. This time you might feel a little bit more mobile than last time. Keep pressing the chest back towards the legs. Driving those heels into the ground, pressing the floor away with your hands. Alright, from here we're going to shift forward into plank position. We're going to bring the left foot up by the left hand and drop the right knee to the floor. From here we'll pick up the left hand, use that hand to guide the left knee out away from the body. Feel free to move it back and forth here. So you're going to be feeling a stretch through the right hip flexor and through the joint of the left hip. I'm going to turn a bit so you all can see me. So I'm just kind of moving that leg back and forth, side to side, now back and forth. All right, now we're going to bring that knee back to neutral and then walk that foot all the way over to the right hand and then bringing the knee down for pigeon. So again, you just want to make sure you're not sitting over on one hip more than the other. You are square. Both hips are squared to the ground. Feel free to stay up tall or come on down to your elbows or belly. Honor wherever your body is today. Hang out here for a little while. So use this time to check back in with your breath. Do another body scan. From the top of your head all the way down to your toes. Deep breaths while we release tension. Check back in with the hips. Maybe your hips have shifted over to one side. Make sure you kind of recenter yourself. Both hips are facing the ground. Slowly come on up. Lift the left leg behind you. Bring those big toes together, knees wide. Sit the hips back for child's pose. And we'll come on up onto hands and knees. We're going to finish out class today with a little bit of alternating thread. Take your left hand, palms down. You're going to reach underneath that right arm. Reach all the way through, bringing the left shoulder to the ground. Hold here for about a second or two. Come back to center, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Right hand, palm down, reach all the way through, bring that right shoulder to the floor. Working on a little thoracic mobility. Feel free to go at your own pace. Go one more time to each side. And back to center. Lift the hips back, slowly roll it up. Pull the shoulders down and back. And that will do it for our Unravel class today. Thank you everyone for joining me. Jared will be back on in a few minutes for full body blast. So you all enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you all later for stretch break at 2.